I don't know what to do. In the past 72 hours, my life has been turned upside down. Our family has been thrown into chaos. My wife is missing, and I fear she'll never return. Let me start from the beginning. My wife and I started playing hide and seek with our 2 young kids. However, they're a little too young to hide effectively. They always hide in the same spot every time. So we found it's more fun for one of us parents to hide, and then the rest of us seek. I've hidden from my wife and kids just by standing completely still in the corner of a dark room. It's amazing how our brains are programmed to see things that move. My wife gets a little more creative, but it's hard for us to do anything too crazy because the kids are not very cooperative in waiting for us to hide. On Tuesday evening after work, we decided to play. My wife decided to hide first. I counted down from 10 with the kids holed up in the downstairs office. Ready or not, here I come. The kids bounded out of the room like wild dogs. I followed, slowly, trying to get a sense of where my wife was hiding. I'd often try to figure out what room she was hiding in first, to gently guide the kids so that we wouldn't find her too soon, or spend too long looking for her. I saw her when I entered the living room. She was crouched behind the couch. I could see a bit of her elbow poking out from behind the upholstery. The kids walked right past her, too intent on checking the kitchen. I waited for them to return. As they walked back in and rounded the couch, I waited for them to squeal in delight, except they didn't. Confused, I approached the couch. She wasn't there. Maybe I'd just seen a tag or something poking out, or maybe she'd moved her hiding spot. Wouldn't be the first time. As I said, she's more creative at this than I am. So we moved on. We checked all the usual spots, underneath the shelving in the garage, behind the kitchen door, even in the lower kitchen cabinets. She wasn't in any of those spots. Maybe she went upstairs. I hadn't heard her go upstairs, but she can creep pretty quietly. I walked along the hallways, the kids in tow. Jesse, I called, in a sing-song voice. We're going to find you. Dacha. Our bedroom door was open, and there was a long, chest-shaped lump under the covers. Let's check Mom and Dad's bedroom, I said to the kids, pattering footsteps. As they charged behind me, I reached for the light switch, flicked on the lights, then grabbed the hem of the comforter and yanked it off. My heart dropped. The bed was empty. I stared down in confusion. It must have just been bunched up weirdly, but I could have sworn it looked like a person under there. The rough shape of someone in a fetal position, legs bent, back curved. I backed out of the room. The kids and I went downstairs. Jess, I called out. We can't find you. Come on out. Nothing. The kids lost interest. They bounded into the family room and began playing with their cars. I was about to call out to her again when I noticed the chain of the basement door lock was disengaged. I got her. As I approached, my heart hammered in my chest. I knew she was waiting on the other side, waiting to jump out at me and give me a heart attack. She'd done that before. I took a deep breath and swung open the door. She wasn't there. Damp air wafted up from the basement. I clicked on the light. Jess, I called out. No answer. The kids aren't playing anymore. I called down. And you shouldn't be hiding down there anyway. These stairs are too dangerous. Nothing. I turned, about to close the door, but then something caught my eye. Black hair, poking through the gap between the stairs, about halfway down. She's hiding under the stairs. I stepped down. The wood creaked under my weight. A hair glistened below me in the dim yellow light. I continued down the steps, avoiding stepping on her hair, until I was standing on the concrete floor. I whirled around, but the space under the stairs was empty. My blood ran cold. Jess, this isn't funny, I shouted. Stop playing games with me. A footstep sounded behind me. I whirled around. The naked bulb in the ceiling only lit half the basement. The other half, where we had rows and rows of storage boxes, was in near total darkness. But I squinted, trying to make it out. In the murky darkness, behind a stack of boxes, in the corner, I thought I could see her standing there. I could only see her in my peripheral vision, like how you can only see dim stars when you're not looking right at them because of how your optic cells are arranged. I focused on one of the storage boxes, really stared at it, and when I did, I realized I could see her pale calves extending up into the darkness. And as I stood there, I realized I could hear her breathing. I can see you there, I said, my voice wavering. Why are you being so weird? The kids aren't even playing anymore, so come out, please. Deep in the pit of my stomach, I knew there was something wrong. something horribly wrong, so I chickened out. I'm going upstairs. You can join me when you're ready. I headed for the stairs, but halfway there, the bulb flickered and went out. Total darkness surrounded me. I stretched my hands out, blindly groping into the darkness. They only fell on air. I frantically pawed through the air, searching for something, anything. My fingers caught in something. Hair. I screamed and yanked my hands back. Then I ran blindly into the darkness, but something glanced off me. I shoved at it. I heard a dull thwack, and then I kept running. The side of the banister caught me straight in the chest. Panting, I felt my way to the stairs and climbed them as fast as I could. Then I locked the door to the basement and frantically ran to my kids. They were fine, but as I hugged them, I couldn't get the horrible thought out of my mind. The hair I'd felt, it was higher than my eye level, about 6.5 feet off the ground. Jess is only 5'2". The police searched the entire house. My wife isn't here. They searched the backyard and patrolled in a 3-mile radius. They came up empty-handed. It's like she disappeared off the face of the earth. Except, last night, as I rolled over in bed, I swear my fingers touched something warm.